remember that they're changing my voice? Remember that they are changing my voice. I just made 2 very important videos. It's Christmas Eve. I like to read James 1. James, the servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes scattered among the nations, greetings, trials and tribulations. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, wherever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance, which is a martial art principle. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who generously gives to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. You must ask with the proper motives. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. Believers in humble circumstances ought to take pride in their high position, but the rich should take pride in their humiliation, since they will pass away like a wild flower. For the sun rises with scorching heat and withers the plant. Its blossoms falls, and its beauty is destroyed. In the same way, the rich will fade away even while they go about their business. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because they have stood the test. That person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. When tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. Then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death. It's the difference between moral repetition and the repetition of being an unrepentant sinner. It is not enough to have faith, right? Sin gives birth to spiritual death. Don't be deceived, my dear brothers and sisters. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. He chose to give us birth through the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of all he created. Listening and doing. Now keep in mind that gifts are key here. How do we know what is a gift? That is part of how I know I am Christ and the top martial artist ever, and in reality that is the best gift. Listening and doing. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. So let's stop here for a second. Was John the Baptist angry? Yes. Was Jesus? Yes. Was Stephen the martyr? Yes. It's not saying don't be angry. It's saying be careful why you become angry. Be careful in regards to why you become angry. Therefore, get rid of all moral filth. I mean, obviously, filth, which is immoral, right? Morality is sacred. There's nothing filthy about it. And the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourself. Do what it says, right? It says, do not merely listen. Do what it says. Do. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. The devil tries to deceive you into thinking that faith alone will save you, but you need to have deeds in the divine order. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror, and after looking at himself, goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. Those who consider themselves religious and yet do not keep a tight rein on their tongues, their actions, deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. To keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Don't love the world. If anyone loves the world, anything in the world, Love for the Father is not in them. Also in 1 John it says, don't let anyone deceive you. The one who does what is right is righteous. The one who does what is right is righteous. And we see in Matthew 5, it says, unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees, you won't enter the kingdom of heaven. Elsewhere it says that people are considered righteous by what they do. So faith that produces the fruit of righteousness, righteous deeds. Wisdom is proven right by her deeds. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life. Out of the mouth of the righteous comes the fruit of wisdom. And wisdom is proven right, is proven true wisdom by her deeds.